What's going on, Europe? This is the Zion crew coming at you.
Respect, man. Big up to Splash Mag, you know what I'm saying? Doing it live. We in Germany. One love.
Feeling good, man. We just stepped off the plane probably about 3 or 4 hours ago, and it's good to be back.
Yeah. Doing it live, man. Good to touch back down. We got like a couple shows out here, but we'll be back out here in the fall for like a real full tour, so. Not really, man. We kind of just got here. We got some food. We just woke up. You know what I mean? We came here, got some food. Now we're talking to you guys, so we'll check it out after we perform probably.
Yeah, I mean, we've been performing for a while, so a lot of these groups we've been around before, but it's always good to like meet new people and network and stuff like that and just say what's up. I think we've just been part of the movement. You know, I think because of the internet and the way things have gone, it's opened up space for a lot of groups to be seen and a lot of sounds to be heard that wouldn't normally be heard. So I just think like we came in at a time where we had a chance to do our thing and get some shine, and I think like a lot of groups now are sort of doing the same thing.
Yeah, I think when we started our first album, we had drum and bass and stuff on it. And I think we were just a little bit ahead of the curve, but I don't know if we paved the way. We just been doing ourselves and then appreciating other artists doing what they do. So it's all a movement, man. I feel like the music, I'm glad like hip-hop is finally opening up to other genres and spreading itself, because I feel like it helps renew the culture over and over again rather than the same old regurgitated stuff over and over again. Nah, I never met Tip, but you know, grew up on his music, and definitely like when I first heard him, I felt like his voice was similar to mine, so I was like, oh, I can rap too. You know, so. But nah, we have a show in Heidelberg tomorrow, so we won't be here. The director, he came up with that idea. We didn't have really anything to do with it. I sent him the music, and he sent me back a treatment and just, like talking to me about it. I was like, oh, it sounds crazy. I think the references were Alice in Wonderland and then Donnie Darko, that movie with the rabbit on the bike and all that. So yeah, they just got real creative. Shout out to Dan and Priya at No Mayo Collective. Hold on, man. Yeah, that's just terrible, man. Because it's like, I don't know, man. I guess the way the media is right now is moment to moment to moment. So whatever the last thing you put out, that's who you are. I've been rapping before I knew who Lil Wayne was, so you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I've heard that comment maybe 4 times. So before I used to always hear Q-Tip. Now Lil Wayne has a high voice and he's popular, so now I sound like Lil Wayne. It's like whatever, man. Until we do an MTV shot and we're the #1 song, and then people can sound like me. I guess everybody with a high voice and dreadlocks, I don't know. Wow.
Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely, man. Shoot, one of the artists is on stage, Santa Gold. I'd love to do something with her. Maybe like Nas, some other people. So hopefully it'll happen. I got some projects coming out this year where I might be able to do that, so I'm looking forward to it. So. Okay. What kind of project?
Music or?
Yeah. Shit, this is crazy.
That's crazy. He's Lil Wayne country.
Well, no, yeah, I don't know what that's about, but I am doing it's a mashup project basically, where it's gonna be a whole bunch of different stuff working with different artists. That's all I can say about it right now, but maybe it will be some country songs on it. I don't know, but I never said that, so that's interesting.
Yeah, it's like straight boom bap. It's called The Burners. It's Zumbi and the R present The Burners. So you know, I don't know if you know the R's music. It's like, yeah, it's like Dilla, Pete Rock type style. A lot of chop samples and stuff like that. So that album should be out this fall, probably October. Yeah, straight boom bap, dope, raw emotion, raw beats. We did everything over the internet, so yeah, it's just some raw project. Kind of, yeah. I mean, cause I'm with the new stuff, man, and we've always been about the cutting edge stuff, but I'm about music that I feel. So I'm with the old school, I'm with the new, I'm with the in between. It don't really matter as long as it's dope to me. And you know, I like trailblazing, I like the new stuff, but like I said, like I respect where I came from too, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like almost like a tribute album to where we come from. It's in terms of the basis of hip hop. It's a weird thing. It was a great thing for our area, the country, because the West Coast wasn't really getting too much attention before hyphy. And then the way it started was really a community type thing. Like I remember in like 01, 02, we go to these little shows like in Berkeley or Oakland, whatever, and it'd be all these like little 15, 16-year-old kids doing it. And we were like, what is this, man? It's crazy. Then when E40 came out with that song, it got national attention. But what happened was a lot of the major labels, it's like they're following too. You know, everybody's a follower these days. So they follow and they want to sign people, and then the people who they were trying to sign from the Bay Area weren't really business savvy like that, because everybody kind of does their own music. Everybody's independent. So I feel like there was no representation for what it was, what it could have been. And the people like Mr. Fab, who did have a deal, his video got shelved, and then so his record never came out. So I feel like it's kind of a shame, man, because it was a good opportunity for a lot of artists to get their music out, but yet and still, like, the Bay Area is still making music. It's still kind of like that sound that hyphy kind of left off with. Now people in LA and like the Midwest are starting to do it, and so it's all good, man. I think, you know, at the end of the day, like, people got exposure, and I think the lesson is when you have momentum, you have to carry it out and follow behind it. You just can't like, oh yeah, we made it, you know what I'm saying? Because the world will pass you by.
Takeover Television was basically just a jump off for our album, The Takeover, and so it's basically a situation where, and it's still going on, we basically were just putting the videos we were feeling and setting up our own TV, you know, where you could change the channels, and on each channel it'll be something different. So yeah, that's still going on. Check it out, Takeover Television. It wasn't riots, but it got close. I mean, well, yeah, but but it was like knuckleheads type stuff. I mean, people were mad, you know, and people wanted justice. And I think now that, you know, the trial is going on, and the cop he's going to be going to trial for murder. I think people are waiting to see the outcome, you know, and if the outcome is wrong, it'll probably be like for real riots, you know. But at the time of the protests, you had a lot of people who were just trying to protest to have their voices heard, and then you had some people who came in and just, you know, were mashing up stuff. So I think the consent was that people were upset, you know, and you know, people are used to cops getting off with stuff, so it's sort of like, you know, you just don't know. But it seems like in this situation, it seems like, you know, justice will be served, hopefully.
Yeah, I think when Oscar Grant is the name of the guy that got shot, I feel like that was like a symbol of the disconnect between the police and the community, because it's been going on. Like, I don't think anybody, not too many people in where I live really respect the police. So I think that really just symbolized all the anger and the discontent of all these years building up to that. And I just feel like Amp said, people were trying to protest and be peaceful about it, but there's a large segment of people that were like, man, fuck this. It's like, I'm tired of it. And the footage you saw on the internet was, I went to the protest and it was peaceful. And midway through the protest, a lot of people left, like half the crowd left. And I was on my way home afterwards, And my friend called me. He was like, yo, you're not downtown, are you? I was like, nah, why? He's like, oh, they're rioting. So I got my camera and I went downtown and I just started filming everything. And I was just, it was real emotional, but it was also like, I'd never seen Oakland like that before. It reminded me of like something like the Black Panther days or something like that, where, because it's very political out there, but yet there's not really too many things that people come together on. And it was funny to go downtown and see anarchists and like all my friends who are journalists and the MCs and all these different kind of people out there angry with the police. So, you know, I feel like the situation has calmed down because, like Amp said, they're prosecuting. But I just hope it doesn't get any worse, because a couple months after that, this dude named Lavelle Mixon, I don't know if you heard of this, he was like a kind of like this career criminal guy, but he got pulled over in Oakland, and when he got pulled over, he had warrants, I guess, and he ended up shooting like 4 policemen. So this was like 2 months after Oscar Grant got killed, and a lot of people were calling this dude a hero, when in actuality, I don't know if he was a hero like that, but it was just the fact of the war, like war against police, community, police, you know, and I'm not really a fan of any violence like that, but I understand where it comes from, so hopefully we don't have to go back to that. I think, I don't think it was New Jersey, I think Louisiana. The police had shot an unarmed, like an older man, like 12 times and killed him. So like, in all honesty, this situation in the United States is nothing new. But I feel like the thing with the community is trying to address it, and I don't know, I feel like people are scared to stand up to the authorities a lot, you know what I mean? So hopefully, I feel like in Europe you guys do that more, like France definitely goes off, Brazil will go off, like certain countries will go off. The United States, I don't think is doing that as much as they used to. So hopefully maybe we can get some balance if people stand up for their rights.
Yeah, it's very important. I mean, especially if that's what you do. You know, I think people should do it in any medium that they're talented at. You know, some people do it through art, some people do it through movies. We do it through music. You know, but it's very important to speak your mind and speak about what's going on in the community. Well, I mean, you know, we've always just done music we felt, and I'm just into a lot of different stuff, so it came out in the music, you know. And I think on this album, it sort of fits like what's going on right now. You know, it's sort of like you got the iPod generation of kids. You know, they listen to just anything that's good. Like, it's no longer like, oh, all I'm going to do is listen to rock, or all I'm going to do is listen to hip-hop. You got people who just want to listen to good music. I think on this album, that's what we tried to do. We just tried to make good music, you know.
Just appreciative. I mean, we're part of the culture, man, and like b-boying is part of the culture. Graph is a part of the culture. DJing. So like, I feel like we just appreciate it all. You know what I mean? I used to pop back in the day, but I'm definitely not a breaker b-boy like that. But just appreciate it, man. And like, I love to see the youngsters pick it up. You know what I mean? Where that wasn't the most popular thing to do throughout the last 5 years, whatever, but there's still that underground movement towards it, and I just like that aspect of it, that the youth are still going, you know what I'm saying, and they're still picking it up, and they're still DJing, they're still dancing on the corner, and like, where it comes from is still alive. That's what I like to see, instead of like, a lot of times people, at least where we come from, a lot of people think, oh, hip-hop's so commercial, it's so, but that's like the business of hip-hop. The culture of hip-hop is that. Man, shout out to all our fans, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Holiday, Kev Choice, Jetman, you'll see them tonight. Check out our website, ZionICrew.com. Check us out on Facebook, Facebook.com/ZionI. Check us out on Twitter, Twitter.com/Zumbi808.
Also, we got a new video coming out for Coastin', so that's going to be the next single, so look out for that. And then also DJ, there's a video for that. We both got side projects coming out this year. I got an electro project coming out called Murder at the Discotheque, so look out for that. That should be out in September. And Baba Zumbi has the Burners album coming out with the R. So we got a lot of good stuff coming out from our camp, so please stay tuned.